which can be taught, not to do that. But I think C.J. Henderson is my number one pick. If I'm the Cowboys, if he's gone, I don't know. Maybe personally, I think the Cowboys need another receiver. I think they should take a receiver in the second round, especially if you can get like Jalen Reagor. He's the wide receiver I would pick. But it's got to be C.J. Henderson if he's still there. If not, I think you do go D-line. Maybe Chason from LSU.
Yeah, or if someone falls to them, I could see them, going for a D-line, a really good D-lineman instead of a corner. Receiver definitely second round.
There's going to be so many available. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, you got Pittman. You got
Laviska Shenault, KJ Hamler, Jalen Reagor, Donovan Peoples-Jones. They're all going to be there.
Claypool, Mims, not USC, Arizona State's guy.
No, he's going to go in the first round. Brandon Ayuk, he's going to go first round, I'm sure.
Okay.
He can play any wide receiver position. The others are pretty much, they're a one or they're a slot. He can play anywhere on the field, and he's good.
Yeah, I could definitely see them taking Claypool. He's big. He's a big target to have.
Yeah, but they've already got the big guys though. They need a speed guy. You've got Amari and you've got Gallup. You need someone to replace what you had with Randall Cobb, and hopefully someone that's a little more athletic than Randall Cobb. And that's why I think Jalen Reagor is a good pick. KJ Hamler is a good pick, but that's second round. First round, they've got to go secondary or the end.
Yeah, definitely defense though. Definitely defense in the first.
Yeah, the offense is fine. There's no issue with the offense. Zeke is going to get back to doing what Zeke does. Dak is going to continue what Dak was doing. The only question, in my opinion, on the offense is center and tight end. And you can get a tight end in the third round if you're hell-bent on drafting one this year. And you'll be able to get, what's his name, if the Patriots don't get him, Thad Moss.
Right.
So it's got to be C.J. Henderson or A.J. Epinesa probably are the two.
Like any of the other options that may be out there, though, like any of the LSU secondary as far as like Fulton or Delpit?
Fulton, yes. Delpit, no. They don't need another safety this early when they just signed Clinton Dix.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think you should get a quarterback.
Was that a QB or a CB?
No, quarterback.
Yeah, like I said, I tried convincing the Cowboys contingency to let me draft a quarterback, and they said no. But yeah, if the Cowboys drafted a quarterback, I'd want it to be Jordan Love. But
all right, I think that's.
I was just joking because Dak sucks, but
listen, if Dak isn't going
it's
to,
only a non-biased opinion.
Well, the problem right now is like he's not going to sign for less than $40 million. Obviously, like that's not the kind of attitude. If I'm the owner of a team, I tell him, fine, take a walk. Take a walk. Or now that you've got him signed, fucking trade him to like the Bengals. Be like, give us the first overall pick. We'll give you Dak in a third. He wants $40 million. Just do it. But that's not going to happen. Although I don't think Dak is a Cowboy in 2 years. I think he's going to leave after this franchise tag. But
yeah.
That brings us to the Eagles, who obviously need a wide receiver. Like,
yeah.
That is their biggest need.
Wide receiver, like with every pick that they have.
Seriously, this is where I see Henry Ruggs going to the Eagles at 21.
if he falls that far, I could see him being picked, anywhere from like 12 to them. I think they're praying that he falls to them. If not, obviously we already talked about the ton of other viable wide receiving options that are available.
Maybe they get Brandon Ayuk.
It's really great for them.
Maybe they get the wide receiver from.
Perfect draft for them.
Yeah, they get the wide receiver from Arizona State, Ayuk. I don't know how to Ayuk. Like I don't know how to pronounce that. Like, come on.
Ayuk. I don't know. Yeah, they are 100% going wide out. I know they need a couple other things. Nothing super pressing. They could use probably a linebacker. Maybe shore up the O-line for the future, but they're not going to do that in the first. So not in this year's draft. So I think 100% receiver. And that could be their first round pick, their second round pick, and then they'll start to address other needs. But no way they're happy with anybody except for that guy who started to break out at the end of last season, Ward, who I missed on picking up in like every league.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. They've got injury-riddled Deshaun Jackson and
Alshon Jeffrey.
Is he even still with them?
Yeah, Nelson Aguilar, I think, already went somewhere else.
Yeah, Droppy McDropsies, whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna 100% go for a guy that has freaking hands of beauty. There's no way they're going for it with a guy who they think is like big and fast, but has suspect hands. They're going for a guy that has
that
hands.
Can literally play every receiver position on the field.
Exactly.
There's your Brandon Ayuk.
This year and next year, I think they'll probably go wide receiver, barring.
I mean, shit, they might take two wide receivers that are going to start this draft.
That's what I'm saying. I could see them doing wide receiver with both of their first two picks, and then starting to see if they can find some late round gems for linebacker and for depth.
Who knows if they are okay with the receiver who isn't the greatest route runner but has like the greatest hands like imaginable. Gabe Davis out of UCF is going to be there in the late third, early fourth round.
Yep.
Yeah, tons of options for them at wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you should just trade the pick away. Fuck them.
I think they should just. I think they should just get rid of the franchise. But I was joking. I offered.
If anybody was going to do that, it'd be the fucking Dolphins. I mean, they might as well have the Vipers play.
Right. I offered in our discussions in the Sports Jungle mock draft. I offered the Texans like some bullshit trade, and they laughed and said no. And then they said Bill O'Brien doesn't like good players. Bill O'Brien doesn't like good players. I said, well, he's from Massachusetts. What if I throw in a dozen bagels and lox? And they said, add in some lobster rolls, and we got a deal. So we got all of the Texans picks for a player that's on our practice squad, a dozen bagels with lox and some lobster rolls. And then the Minnesota Vikings representative said that he's willing to just give over the entire franchise for a 6-pack of lobster rolls. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm a great negotiator. All right, that's going to be pretty much it. Next week, let's do the AFC and NFC South.
Okay.
And
let's do some more research on that because I don't know any of those teams and their fucking needs yet.
Well, there's a lot of needs.
Doesn't have a lot of needs.
Jaguars need an offensive lineman. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Yep.
The problem is a lot of teams need offensive linemen. There's just not a lot of offensive linemen in this fucking draft.
They're gonna get one of them, I'm sure. Like Mekhi Becton's going to be a Jaguar, probably. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they get CeeDee Lamb before the Jets.
Find out next time on DDT.
Yeah. All right, so this week in sports history, April 3rd, 1996, the St. Francis Fighting Saints score college baseball run record 71-1.
That is not saintly of them.
That is not.
Seriously, fucking mercy rule.
Actually, it is. Are they a Catholic school?
Yeah.
Well, it is rapey of them, so there you go.
Dan D'Antoni Sports does not condone rape. Anyways, gentlemen.
We say that a lot for a show.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me, even if it is via Zoom and not in person. If you want to check us out on Twitter, please do. We are at Dan D'Antoni. On Facebook, we are Dan D'Antoni Sports. If you want to send us an email, we are dandantonisports@gmail.com. So for Dan, Tony, Dan, hope you have a good night.